Okay, problem 9 is similar to problem 8. We have to get a common base. So we have to think back and what kind of exponent leads to a fraction? Well, that's a negative exponent. So we want these negative exponents to have the same base. Well, we have 4, and 4 to the negative or fourth power becomes 1/64. So we're going to make this 4 to the negative 4 and then multiply it times the exponents that's there, and we're going to make this 4, the base of 4, and this, to make it into a fraction, it had to have an exponent of negative 1, so we're going to multiply that by the existing exponent. We're going to cancel out those bases, so we have negative 4x, quantity x minus 7, and negative 1 times the quantity of 3x plus 4. So I have negative 4x plus 28, because that's negative 4 times negative 7. I have negative 1 times 3x, which is negative 3x, and negative 1 times positive 4, which is negative 4. So let's bring the exponents to one side. So I have x plus 28 equals negative 4. So I'm going to subtract 28 from both sides, and x is negative 32. All right, so let's combine some things that we know. And what you really need to keep in mind is the rules for exponents. And once we cancel out the bases, you have to remember that those are actually exponents, and you need to follow the rules for exponents. So let's make this mess for number 10 have the same base. So this one is 2. Let's see if we can make these other two into having a base of 2. So 2 cubed is 8. So this one becomes 2 cubed times x minus 1. And then 2 squared is 4. So 2 squared times 2x plus 10. And then let's leave that. Okay, so we know that these are exponents, and when you divide exponents, let's get rid of the bases. When you divide exponents, you're subtracting them. So I am going to distribute. So I have 3 times x, which is 3x, 3 times negative 1, which is negative 3. Now I'm going to subtract, and in parentheses, I'm going to do this multiplication. 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 10 is 20. Okay, now I'm going to distribute that negative sign. So negative 1 times 4x is negative 4x. Negative 1 times 20 is negative 20. Now we can go ahead and solve. I'm going to combine like terms. So I have negative x minus 23 equals 2x. I think I'm going to add x to each side. So I have negative 23 equals 3x. Then I'm going to divide by 3. So x is negative 23 over 3. Okay, the last one. Let's first find our common base. So I have that 3, and I know that 3 cubed is 27. So we know that anything to the 0 power is 1. So to keep the same base, let's make that 3 to the 0 power. Okay? Now remember, when you multiply exponents, after we cancel out all these bases, we're multiplying, but we're really adding, because the rule says when you add exponents with the same base, you add them. Or when you multiply exponents with the same base, you add them. So we're going to take 2x plus 3x minus 3 equals 0. Okay? because I'm going to take 3 times x and 3 times negative 1. So let me combine these. So I have 5x minus 3 equals 0. I'm going to add 3. So I have 5x equals 3. I'm going to divide by 5. So x is 3/5. And that's going to do it.